Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and today in Honkai Star Rail, I want to talk about why events in this game are just so good right now. They give such a large amount of resources, stellar Jade, free characters, ascension talent, level up type materials. It just gives so much, and I want to talk about that. In context, we'll be talking about the Aram Alley's Hustle and Bustle event, because that's the one I just completed and got all the rewards for. In total, this event, I would say, took me about 2 to 3 hours to complete, not paying a ton of attention to the story, but paying a little bit of attention. You can get a free Sushang, amazing, as well as a ton of other resources, right? You can get, just from the guild benefits, ton of stellar Jades and leveling resources, pulls even, right? And this is just a like 12, 15, 20, 30 day event. It's like 10 days left, so I'm like, I can't remember. But I think this one is going to be archived as something you can always take a look at, but I would always run events while they're active. You go to all of the limited time rewards here, you can see 200 stellar Jade, 200 stellar Jade, and materials, of course, but we're just talking about the Jade. 200 stellar Jade, there's your advanced level up material for traces, 200 Jade, 200 Jade, 200 Jade, and that's like 1,000 stellar Jade right there. If you keep looking on at the guild benefits, that adds almost like 500 more, so that's pretty much a 10 pull right there, along with a free Sushang and some other just general resources, right? I think that's pretty much all that dropped. With events like this one was used to introduce this new area for Aram Alley that they added in version 1.3. There's also a smuggler, this dude, Mr. How, and he has, that's right, a ton of recipes that you can get from running the event as well. So if you want to be a completionist and get more recipes, talk to him and do that. But again, I believe this will be one of those events where you can always play through the event to get some rewards and learn the area. But that event takes you pretty much constantly there and back, running around this area, doing little side objectives, talking to people. A lot of the event is also voice acted fully. So I feel like Honkai Star Rail's really going hard on all of their events. Like usually Genshin Impact does a really good job too and tries to go ham, but man, these Honkai Star Rail ones are just so much better. They give way more resources. So I don't know, Honkai Star Rail's fallen behind. If I take a look now, just casually in the day, I might actually start pulling again for Den Hang in Biberlune, because like I am getting really close to having 60 pulls, and I want him. I need a new damaging harmony character, right? So I might pull for him and then wait a little bit, but I also need the AoE Quantum that's coming up next, so it's hard to say. While doing this event, even though it is fully voice acted, well, not fully, but a lot of the main characters are voice acted, has a ton of little side objectives and little events that you can do. This is the little area here where you can take a look at quests, store index, the logistics planning. This is kind of one of the little side objectives, as well as look at the rewards you can get from it that we are checking out on the other screens. But it's always good to get a free Sushang. You just pretty much casually run around, and as funny as this may sound, the objective of the event is to essentially just be a merchandise delivery company. You are Amazon, all things considered. So you're just stacking up things to be shipped out, as well as talking to people and creating trade routes to get better amount of items. So it's a pretty casual event, as are most type of Honkai and Genshin events. If you have troubles with anything, you can just sit back in the event and wait, because it eventually will tell you how to solve the puzzle and move on with it. But all of the questing, all of the puzzles, all of that in total, not listening to all of the dialogue through and through, did take me, again, about 2 or so hours. It wasn't that bad, and I actually kind of like the puzzles, all things considered. They were pretty fun. I'll throw up a ton of footage in the background now for the event. A lot of the puzzles just included stacking items on top of items on top of items, and getting them in the proper order so that you could ship everything out in whatever square grid they gave you. The issue was, like, I was sometimes just bad at realizing what needed to go on top of what, like how things connected. It was kind of a mess, all things considered, but hey, it is what it is. That's the generals of how this Honkai Star Rail event went. And the obvious reason why you need to always farm your Honkai Star Rail events, you always need to farm your Honkai Star Rail Stellar Jades, and 100% every event that you possibly can. Honkai Star Rail, comparative at least to Genshin Impact, I feel like has a lot more casual and collective content, whereas Genshin Impact's like all at once, but it's less meaningful keeping up with the events while you're caught up, right? So Genshin has more stuff, story and like adventure, whereas Honkai Star Rail has way more events and just casual repeatable content like that. With the simulated universe, it also has its own version of the Abyss, right? It has its like the mirror, so there's so much to do and so many items to collect. You should always do that. You'll also just get even more Stellar Jades from the quest completions. I didn't even show that off. So it's like, yeah, I got like 1,400 to 2,000 Stellar Jade in total. But hey, hopefully this video helped you in one way or another. I just wanted to talk about this general event, so hope it helps. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and checking out any of my other Honkai Star Rail videos. If there's anything you want to make, any guides, let me know. I am casually making videos for this second channel for fun, so thank you for joining, and I will see you next time. Cheers!